As of sundown yesterday, the Jews all over the world began a celebration which they call Hanukkah. And they've got menorahs, which are candelabra, all over the city, especially of New York, the world capital of Jews. They're in real New Jerusalem, not over in the Middle East. This is Jerusalem. Okay. They've got them all up and down the parkways and expressways and everywhere you go. Tonight you see them lit up pretty. Saying. Now, there are 8 candles. They're supposed to light one every day. And one Jewish writer wrote 2 days ago that they ought to light one for Minister Farrakhan. They better light all of them for Minister Farrakhan, if they know like we know. But we want to explain to you what Hanukkah is all about. Say, well, if Hanukkah is for the Jews, what do we care what it's about? We need to. Because we need to know who the real Jews are. We need to know what it really means. And even if it did happen to some people back a long time ago, it did not happen to the people that you and I today know as Jews. But regardless to who it happened to, if it happened, it was only a sign pointing to a future time. The only reason that we read the scriptures, read the Bible, is because all of it was pointing to us today. If it's just a history book, we don't need that history. If it doesn't mean anything to us today, then throw it in the garbage can. It ain't worth nothing. You can read a fairy tale anytime. No, you can go get better fairy tales than this that are easier to understand. But if it has a meaning for us today, we need to know that meaning. Now, the Bible that I'm dealing with today is not your King James Version. Okay? It's not your Protestant Bible at all. I'm dealing with the version of the Bible. This particular one is known as the Holy Trinity Bible. This is one of the many versions of the Catholic Bible. And the reason I'm dealing with the Catholic Bible is the books that I want to deal with are not in the Protestant Bible. They were taken out of the Bible. These are some of the books. They sometimes are known as the Apocrypha. But you find other Bibles besides the Catholic Bible that contain the Apocrypha. But if you want to find the information that we're going to be giving you today, the book of Maccabees, the first and second book of Maccabees, you can find many other Bibles where it says, it'll say on the cover or on the flap page, contains the Apocrypha. If you find one that says that, you can get that Bible and you can read the same thing that we're going to be dealing with today. But any Catholic Bible, and the most authoritative one is the Douay version from which this one was taken. The Douay version. Some Frenchman named Douay who did it in French, and then this is one of the English translations of the Douay version. So as far as Catholics are concerned, it's authenticated. Now, in the first book of Maccabees, you find the reason in the 4th chapter, 36th verse. You find the reason that is given for the Jews celebrating Hanukkah as they do today. Bear with me, be patient, listen to this carefully. Purification of the temple. Then Judas and his brethren said, and this is not the Judas Iscariot, this is Judas Maccabee. Behold, our enemies are discomfited. Let us go up now to cleanse the holy places and to repair them. And all the army assembled together, and they went up into Mount Zion. And they saw the sanctuary desolate, and the altar profaned, and the gates burnt, and shrubs growing up in the courts as in a forest or on the mountains. And the chambers joining to the temple thrown down. You got the picture, right? They're going into a temple, a holy place that has been devastated and let weeds grow up and been defiled and everything else. And they rent their garments and made great lamentation and put ashes on their heads. And they fell down to the ground on their faces, and they sounded with the trumpets of alarm, and they cried towards heaven. They began to pray and fast. Then Judas appointed men to fight against them that were in the castle, till they had cleansed the holy places. And he chose priests without blemish, whose will was set upon the law of God. And they cleansed the holy places and took away the stones that had been defiled into an unclean place. And he considered about the altar of holocaust that had been profaned, what he should do with it. And a good counsel came into their minds to pull it down. This was the altar that had been their altar, but it had been defiled by disbelievers. So they decided they couldn't cleanse that altar. They tore it down. Lest it should be a reproach to them, because the Gentiles had defiled it. So they threw it down. And they laid up the stones in the mountain of the temple in a convenient place, till there should come a prophet and give answer concerning them. Then they took whole stones according to the law, and built a new altar according to the former. And they built up the holy places and the things that were within the temple, and they sanctified the temple and the courts. And they made new holy vessels, and brought in the candlestick and the altar of incense and the table into the temple. And they put incense upon the altar, and lighted up the lamps that were upon the candlestick. And they gave light in the temple. And they set the loaves upon the table, and hung up the veils, and finished all the work that they had begun to make. In the 56th verse it says, and they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days, which is what the Jews do for Hanukkah, to commemorate that. And Judas and his brethren and all the church of Israel decreed that the day of the dedication of the altar should be kept in its season from year to year for 8 days. All right? Okay, that's what Hanukkah is all about. Supposedly the Jews, or at least really the Jews of the Scripture, the real Jews of the Scripture, rededicating a holy temple of theirs that had been torn down by disbelievers, that had been defiled and disgraced by disbelievers, and filth allowed to go into the place that was formerly holy to them. But what does it all stem from? How did it get like that? And what is the real story behind Hanukkah? Let us, as they say, begin at the beginning. You will notice in your Bible, if you've got a Protestant Bible, a King James or a Ward or any of those, Moffat, any of the great versions that are well known, New International Version and all of those. The last book in the New Testament is the book of Malachi. Okay? And, or as they call it in this book, and in a lot of books where Latin is predominant and Greek are predominant, Malachias. But you have the book of Malachi. And in the book of Malachi, the last book of the Old Testament, in most Bibles, it ends promising, with God promising, that he would send Elijah the prophet. And that Elijah would turn the hearts of the fathers to the children and the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest God come and smite the earth with a curse. Or as the Catholic Bible says, lest I come and strike the earth with anathema, which is the same thing. It's just that the Catholics like to use bigger words, because the less you understand, the better they can control your mind. See, all of us understand curse. All of us may not understand anathema. All right. Now, this is the way the Old Testament ends in most Bibles. So, it ends with the prophecy, and it says it's the end of the prophets. It ends with the prophecy that now all you got to do is wait for Elijah to come and settle the whole matter just before God himself comes. But yet, when you go from the Old Testament and open up the New Testament, it starts off with Jesus. It starts off with Jesus. What happened? Something happened that it was necessary for Jesus to come, and there's a whole other history that goes in before the coming of Elijah. What happened now? Here we are waiting for Elijah, but something has happened that requires Jesus come in between before Elijah comes, because something has gone on that's not in the book that you got. But in this book, you find that the Old Testament does not end with Malachi. There are two more books, the book of Maccabees that tell about some events that happened after Malachi that messed up the whole thing and caused you have to have Jesus come along to make the way for Elijah. Now, in the first book of Maccabees, it begins by running down the history of Alexander the Great and how he ruled Rome and all of the province of Rome, including Jerusalem and all of that, and how he died and the people who succeeded him and all of that. All this time, the Jews, the real Jews, are in bondage to Rome. Now it gets to one particular generation where the rulership is changing hands. And it says, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus the illustrious, the son of King Antiochus, who had been a hostage at Rome. Now understand this. Got two Antiochuses there. There's one whose name was Antiochus, but they don't say what. But said he was a hostage at Rome. But his son, Antiochus the illustrious, comes up. But it starts off telling you that he's wicked. That Antiochus the son is wicked. In the footnote, it points out that this second Antiochus was not named Antiochus. His name was Epiphanes. His name was Epiphanes. But when his father died, his father had appointed or had pointed out his nephew, Demetrius, to be the leader. But the wicked son was able to maneuver so that the rightful leader that the king chose would not get in office. The son, the wicked son, took over. He changed his name. Since his father was Antiochus the Great, he changed his name to Antiochus the Illustrious to try to show that he was the rightful heir. By changing his name more in line with his father's name, he was trying to use a name to show his right to inherit his father's power. You follow me? Yeah. It would be the same if a man tricked and maneuvered his way into the leadership of a nation of people and gave himself a name which meant the supreme inheritor. And the way you say supreme inheritor in Arabic is waris. Oh yeah, it's going to be plain. Yeah, we're dealing with it today. It's time. In those days there went out of Israel wicked men, and they persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathens that are round about us. For since we departed from them, many evils have befallen us. Check that. We wanted separation from them. And you see how much hell we caused. So now let us declare ourselves patriotic. And every day have a World Patriotism Day. And let's have American flags on our rostrum to show we are with those heathens, so they'll quit oppressing us. And the word seemed good in their eyes. The word seemed good in their eyes. The people were glad to hear him say that. That shows something in them all along, doesn't it? They were glad to hear him. Get them back with their former masters. The heathen, the ones they had been calling the devil. They were glad not to have to call him the devil no more. That didn't stop him from being the devil, but it just stopped him from being called the devil. We don't even mess around calling him the devil and all that, but that don't stop him from deviling. And the word seemed good in their eyes. And some of the people determined to do this and went to the king. Take this now. What are they going to the king for? Tells you. And he gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. He gave them license. Doesn't mean he gave them a piece of paper like your driver's license or your wedding license. License is permission. That's why you find when a poet may say something like, and the moon spoke to me. Everybody know the moon don't talk. But they accept that because that's what's known as poetic license. It's a special permission given, because of your literary talent, that you can say things that don't have to be exactly true, but, they're accepted. That's license. You have editorial license, which is it's stupid for the JDL to talk about they're going to sue the government for saying that they are guilty of murder or that they're suspected of murder. You can't do that. I mean, they can sue, but they can't win because there's no such thing as group libel. They want to sue the newspapers that said it. They can't do that. That's editorial license. They have the right to say what the government has told them. License. Now, of course, you can take license too far. When you take license to the extreme, you become licentious, which means filthy, lewd, lascivious, dirty, low down. Okay? That's what they're going to the king. They want some license to get down. You read in the book of Daniel that when the slave masters tried to choose names for Daniel and his followers, they rejected their names. They didn't go and petition the slave master to let them use their righteous names. They say, the hell with your names. I'm using my own name. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad always taught us, don't go begging no devil for the right to use your name. He don't control those names. That's why you're getting out of his name. Because he don't control these names. God controls these. You don't have to ask nobody's permission to use them. And we never went and asked permission to use our righteous name. But when Imam Warithdin Muhammad came into power, he had all of his followers who took names and whom he gave names to go to the courthouse, get permission from the master to use the name of God. Get the devil's permission to use God's name. And that's why you see so many bank robbers and child molesters and everything else with all them holy names. Because it wasn't nothing but a license to do wrong in the name of God. Okay. And he went up to Jerusalem with a great multitude. And he proudly entered into the sanctuary. This is the holy place that had been established before his time. And took away the golden altar and the candlestick of light. Took away the light. And all the vessels thereof, and the table of proposition, and the pouring vessels, and the vials, and the little mortars of gold, and the veil, and the crowns, and the golden ornament that was before the temple. And he broke them all in pieces. And he took the silver and gold and precious vessels. And he took the hidden treasures which he found. And he made a great slaughter of men and spoke very proudly. You may say, well, now that shows that ain't man. No, he didn't kill anybody physically, although some people lost their lives physically because of the foolishness he was teaching. But the spiritual death of black people in America was overwhelming after the departure of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I mean, it was one of the saddest. You ain't been, the mass funerals they have in South Africa cannot touch the funeral for black people in America when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad left. And the virgins and the young men were made feeble. That's right. Just made them. We had our youth coming up. Everybody in the world marveled at the children of Muhammad, as they called them. No Muslim children involved in juvenile delinquency in his history. The little girls as pure as the driven snow, as they call it. The little boys righteous and upright. They went crazy. Every female in the youth corps just about was pregnant and wasn't married. And they just went wild. And all of them weren't pregnant by single brothers, pregnant by married brothers in the masjid. And the beauty of the women was changed. You could look at them and tell they had lost something. That light was gone. That glow was gone. That righteousness was gone. That pleasantness was gone. The happiness, contentment was no longer in their eyes. The eyes began to be clouded over with confusion. Couldn't look in those eyes and see them sparkle like they do now. Sparkle and blaze, you know. Fire, light, divinity, gone. And the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled away. By reason of them. And the city was made the habitation of strangers. And she became a stranger to her own seed, and her children forsook her. You know how many of us just fell on out, went on out in the streets? That's right. People started saying, whatever happened to the Muslims? Now, they still saw the folks going in and out of the masjid. But the question was, whatever happened to the Muslims? So those obviously were not Muslims. Oh, we declaring war. I ain't got no problem with it. Anybody got a problem with it? No. All right. Her sanctuary was desolate like a wilderness. Her festival days were turned into mourning. Every February, folks used to get kind of heart sick, thinking about the old Savior's days. Her Sabbath into reproach. Her honors were brought to nothing. All the great things people used to brag about the nation, gone. I mean, it sickens me just to think about this as I read it, because I lived it. And King Antiochus wrote to all his kingdom that all the people should be one. See, he's going to unite them. He's a big man. And everyone should lead his own law. And all nations consented according to the word of King Antiochus. And many of Israel consented to his service, and they sacrificed to idols and profaned the Sabbath. And the king sent letters by the hands of messengers to Jerusalem and to all the cities of Judah that they should follow the law of the nations of the earth. Leave their own law that came from God and begin to imitate the people that God was raising them up to replace in the rulership. And he commanded the holy places to be profaned and the holy people of Israel. And he commanded altars to be built and temples and idols and swine's flesh to be immolated and unclean beasts. Oh yeah. Tell me that you didn't get back to the swine that you stuck there. Only ones who stayed completely away from the swine were the ones that got out of the masjid and let it alone. I'm just telling you like it is. The grave wasn't the best place in the world, but that's one thing. It preserved a lot of folks from that. Because if you were there, you were excused. You were given all kind of excuses. You stopped reading labels. You go eat bread made with lard. You go down to the Burger King and grab anything and eat the, yeah, well, it's all beef. What about the bun? You didn't even look at that. You understand? We're taught by that wicked ruler that if you go to somebody's house and they serve you some greens with some ham hocks in it, don't insult them. Move it over to the side of the plate and eat the greens with all the worms in it. That's what he said. So the book ain't lying on him yet. And that they should leave their children uncircumcised and let their souls be defiled with all uncleanliness and abominations, to the end that they should forget the law and should change all the justifications of God. And those of you who heard us teach Born Again, or we have the tape of Born Again, and some other. There was another lecture just reached. Oh, will the real Jews please stand up? We dealt with circumcision. Doesn't mean a physical circumcision. Leaving your children uncircumcised doesn't necessarily have anything to do with whether or not you cut their foreskin off in the hospital. We're talking about circumcision, as the book says, from Deuteronomy all the way to the New Testament, into Paul, circumcision of the heart. Then many of the people were gathered to them that had forsaken the law of the Lord, and they committed evils in the land. Like I say, you go to the joint, you see them. These aren't, see, it used to be a time they used to talk about how many Muslims were in jail, and a great number of these were, most of them, 90% of them, were folks who had gone into jail, had been converted to Islam, and then had started spreading Islam in the jail. Not today. The majority of these dudes, brother, went in supposed to be Muslims. They went in as Alhamdulillah Van Mohammed, you understand? Oh yeah. And names that long and records twice as long. Understand? Check this statement here. And they drove away the people of Israel into lurking holes and into the secret place of fugitives. And we know that's the truth. Folks who wanted to hold up the banner of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad were so disgraced and insulted by those that they had formerly been tight shoulder to shoulder with, that they just tried to ease away somewhere. They didn't want to be in conflict with their brother or their sister that they had walked with for so many years, but they were not going to give up their Lord. So they just tried to stay away from them, just pull themselves into a shell. They didn't have what you would call real friends out in other areas. 9 times out of 10, they had taught Islam to them so strong they had alienated them, and they were ashamed, and this is the truth. After all that we had built up, they were ashamed to have to go back to those same people and try to explain what was going on in the masjid. Because these people knew, because they were selling, I know one right now, right on 125th Street, they were selling cocaine to the families of the imams. All right. You know, how you going to face them with all that you had talked to them about how great the Nation of Islam was, and them cats can show you contract pictures, anything. Let you hide on a closet and see the buy being made. And I don't mean just with the families, with the imams themselves. And they know I know, so if they want to challenge me, this is going on tape and it'll be public. And they cut in pieces and burnt with fire the books of the law of God. Didn't you do that? Didn't the man tell you get rid of all them lessons that you got from Elijah Muhammad? Some of y'all did it. I ain't got rid of nothing. When you look at that, it's unmistakable. It is this particular book that Brother Jabril Muhammad used to begin turning my mind back toward the Nation of Islam. I met him and Minister Farrakhan and Sister Farrakhan, and I had no idea that Minister Farrakhan was trying to get the nation back together. And when Brother Jabril went to tell me, Minister Farrakhan stopped him. And then after I left, they must have had some kind of conversation, because Brother Jabril and I had agreed to get together the next morning. The next morning, we got together and spent the whole day together, and not once did Brother Jabril ever tell me that the minister had stood up. But one of the things that he did was, he referred me to some portions of the book of Maccabees, which he knew I was familiar with, because he knew I had been raised as a Catholic. So he began to tell me, just give me hints. He wouldn't tell me what was in it, but he made me so curious that I ran home and read it. And as I read it, it was bad in television. That's right. It wasn't words, these were pictures. I saw characters walking. I saw the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I saw Minister Farrakhan. I saw Warren C. Muhammad. And as soon as I found out what was happening, I was ready and gone to Gary, Indiana. Zoom. And I'm thankful to Allah that from that day to this, I've been walking this path. Now, further on in the book of Maccabees, it talks about a man named Mattathias. They asked him to worship the false god. He declined. He defied Antiochus. At one point, Mattathias had to flee to the mountain. He was accused of murder. They're looking for Mattathias. Mattathias was steadily going around seeking out true believers who could still be counted on. From the mountain, hid away, Mattathias was rounding up troops. One by one, two by two. He was talking to them. And then a group called the Assyrians, according to this book, a number of them, not just one and two, but who were trying to hold things together, found out about it. They got in touch with him, and at that point, they became a larger crew. Now, Mattathias told them that there was a man they needed to follow, and his name was Judas Maccabeus. He said, that's the man that will take you where you want to go. He didn't say he was the man. Now, it happens in this book the way it points out that this was his son. But if you understand prophecy, there are many little quirks put in there so that it doesn't fit exactly, otherwise it wouldn't be coded. Anybody could track it down. But Mattathias told them Judas Maccabeus would be the man. Okay? Now, Judas, they went and followed Judas. So just as Brother Jabril Muhammad, who all of the years they said he was crazy, he got indicted for murdering a faggot in a state he wasn't even in. Yeah, he went through all of this. And whenever you would run, I would run into him occasionally. And he always talked about Minister Farrakhan, who, for the first almost 3 years, he was just one of Wallace's imams, you know, going along with the program, apparently, all the time boiling inside, couldn't wait till he broke loose. All the time, Brother Jabril and anyone who saw him during those years that he was going from pillar to post, and everybody was saying he had lost his mind, and he was like a bomb and a wayfarer traveling across the country, half raggedy and broke. He always said of Minister Farrakhan, if that brother stands up, the whole nation will stand up. As anybody who ran into him in the streets, that was all he talked about all those years. All right. Look what it says about Judas when Judas stood up and became the leader of the people that Mattathias had been talking to. It says, in his acts he was like a lion, and like a lion's whelp, roaring for his prey. So he was like a lion. But he also was like a lion's whelp, because see, a little young lion's whelp, he don't have the wisdom of the old lion to lay back and wait. He ready to go get it. And he pursued the wicked and sought them out. And them that troubled his people he burnt with fire. And his enemies were driven away for fear of him, and all the workers of iniquity were troubled, and salvation prospered in his hand. Take that. Prospered in his hand. Now, the reason I like that particular quote is, we have to give credit where credit is due. There were others who wanted to hold up the banner of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who tried. The first one to challenge Imam Warith Muhammad was Silas Muhammad. He challenged him publicly, said, "You are a liar and a hypocrite, and I want to debate you." See? The man loved the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He just is not the man. Brother Hamza right here in New York loves the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He's just not the man. Brother Jeremiah Shabazz, I believe he loves the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He did all the years that I've known him. He's trying to hold up the banner. He's just not the man. And that's what we have got to understand. Brother Jabril loved the Honorable Elijah Muhammad passionately. But he knew he was not the man. So he went to get the man. That's what you do. I know I'm not the man. When I heard about the man, I came to the man. That's how you do that. All right. Because salvation prospers in his hand. Nobody else can make it work. Because Allah is with this one, he ain't with no other one. So we can all be well-meaning and can even have good programs, but salvation will not prosper in our hand because we're not the one. Praise to Allah. And he grieved many kings. And our man grieving many kings? All the great politicians, and the whole Senate votes censure of him. And he went through the cities of Judah and destroyed the wicked out of them and turned away wrath from them. And he was renowned even to the utmost part of the earth. That fits it, don't it? You travel anywhere in the world and they don't know Farrakhan? No, it's a brother right here in this mosque who's in the Merchant Marines. Was over in, where was he? One of them places in Europe. But he ran into a couple of Libyans. And they found out he was a follower of Minister Farrakhan. He said he couldn't spend a quarter. He was there a couple of weeks. Couldn't spend a quarter. They asked me if he had any final calls. He just happened to have a few with him. He had a couple of tapes of Minister Farrakhan. And that was it. Anything he wanted, they bought it. Whatever he wanted, whatever David wants, the Libyans bought. You know, he was badder than Lola. But the man is, his name is ringing throughout the world. And far more positive than negative. We live in the stronghold of his greatest enemy, so naturally we'll hear more negative than positive. But there's far more positive than negative about this man throughout the world. In fact, the positive is what keeps the ones with the negative from making a move on him. And he gathered them that were perishing. That's us, ain't it? Dying of thirst. Thirst for wisdom, thirst for righteousness, thirst for divine knowledge. Dying, perishing. He brought us back to life. And Apollonius gathered together the Gentiles and a numerous great army from Samaria to make war against Israel. And Judas understood it and went forth to meet him, and he overthrew him and killed him, and many fell down slain, and the rest fled away. And he took their spoil. And Judas, hear me plainly, and Judas took the sword of Apollonius and fought with it all his lifetime. Now, if you remember the story of David and Goliath, we sat in the church house and misunderstood it and sang about it and talked about it. If you ask the average one of us who spent half our lives in church, what did David use to slay Goliath? We'll say a stone and a slingshot. And that is not true. The Bible says he knocked him down with the stone, then took his own sword and cut his head off. Hey? They didn't emphasize that because there's something in that you and I need to learn. All right, you see the same thing that happened here. This man, Apollonius, raised up armies from two countries to come against the man, Judas. Judas defeated him, killed him, took his sword, and that's the sword that Judas used for the rest of his life. So obviously here was a man that had the right stuff, but he was on the wrong side. Judas, once he got rid of him, took the stuff that he had been using wrongly and used it all his life for righteousness. We're not going to go into that today. Keep watching. And the fear of Judas and his brethren and the dread of them fell upon all the nations round about them. All the nations round about them. Well, you've seen some of it, and you'll see more of it as time goes by. But you'll find black leaders, some of them who are talking now, some of them who ain't talking now, some of them who are talking good about Minister Farrakhan now. Same old pattern that white folks have always used. They're going to work on the jealousy and the envy in the hearts of these folks who think they're leaders. The white man who made them leaders is going to begin to erode their bases. They will begin to lose their power. Then the white man won't say to them, see, I can take your power off. He's too smart for that. That won't. At least we got enough guts in us from the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that would make any black leader stand up and fight him. If he admitted that, yeah, I'm taking your power, and then he say, yeah, you know, I've been just what Muhammad never said, I'm a hunk of time. And then he go to war. No, he's going to do it another way. He's going to slide the power off from under the black man and say, look at that. Farrakhan's just taking over, man. You used to be a bad leader, but look at that. Farrakhan's the man now. And then them jealous-hearted, envious, weak-kneed, faggot black leaders will be sicked on Minister Farrakhan like so many dogs. And his fame came to the king, and all nations told of the battles of Judas. Now, when King Antiochus heard these words, he was angry in his mind. No, that Antiochus ain't said that. He's laying low in him. Judas been rising. Sooner or later, he got to meet this false king, this usurper, this one who stole the throne. They got you can see it working, just like in one of them mysteries on television. You know, you can see him working his work. You know, sooner or later, them bad boys gonna meet, ain't they? Ain't no way to avoid it. You can try to avoid it. There is no way to avoid it. Two objects. This is a physical law, and it has a spiritual counterpart. Two objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Plain and simple. So now, here comes Antiochus, angry. Why is he so angry? And he perceived that the money of his treasures failed, and that the tribute of the country was small because of the dissension. People have slowed up on their money because they're dissatisfied now with this false ruler. And the evil that he had brought upon the land, that he might take away the laws of old times. All right, now they realized this man that took away the old laws, turned them loose, but now they were suffering because of it. They found out that what they thought was freedom wasn't freedom, it was destruction. So now they're not supporting him like they used to. He getting broke. His enemy, Judas, is on the rise, and he is on the decline. So he said, I got to do something. And he feared that he should not have as formerly enough for charges and gifts which he had given before with a liberal hand. He ain't got that spending cash no more. And dried up on him. Judas had made it dry up. Because his people are looking at Judas and his folks and damn, they can't be all wrong. They must be doing something right. Look how Allah is blessing them. And he was greatly perplexed in mind and proposed to go into Persia and to take tribute of the countries and to gather much money. So he's going over to Persia. He's going over to the other countries to try to get some money since his own folks ain't giving him none. Yeah. That sound familiar? Yeah. All right. Y'all know what happened. That's why he's mad at Minister Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan got money from sources that he couldn't get them from, and Minister Farrakhan didn't go over there begging. They asked him what he needed. Minister Farrakhan accepted an offer where Waris Muhammad begged. We don't want no charity. We want you to come back later and say you did such and such. We ain't owe you nothing. You let us use your money for a little while, we're going to give it back to you, and then we even Steven. Praises due to Allah. Now, I want to point out something to you. We got a section here called Judas Prepares to Fight. Then in the next section it shows how he prepared to fight. It says prayer and fasting for the victory. Check this out. This man is a world-renowned warrior. World-renowned now. He doesn't prepare for victory by making sure the swords are sharp and the armor ain't got no holes in it. We getting ready to fight, y'all. What we gonna do? Pray and fast. So why he's been winning? What it says. And when it was day, Judah showed himself in the plain with 3,000 men only, who neither had armor nor swords. Now who you think that is? Now you look at that. Now you think back in the history. If you ever really heard of an army going up against a well-armed army, they wouldn't even wear no armor. They not only don't have weapons of their own, but won't even wear physical armor to protect them from the enemy's weapons. And it says, Judah defeats the king's army. How do you do that? Check that out. No weapons and no armor. You know that ain't the Jews. Not these Jews you and I know. They don't want nothing but some weapons. In fact, they just got one of the dudes busted for stealing them some weapons, didn't they? That's right? Stealing from their friends. They didn't steal from the enemies. They got stolen from their cock buddy. United States, if the United States withdrew their support, Israel would fold in the morning. That's like stealing from your mama. Ain't it? It's like going in your mama's purse, taking all her money out. I mean, it's low in common. Ain't it? Look at this. You ever heard Minister Farrakhan on many of his tapes talk about among the Jews that is a wicked cabal that controls everything? What the Los Angeles Herald Examiner says about the spy. Why a friend spied on the U.S.? Now this story, that's the way they headlined it out there. It came from the New York Times news service. Why a friend spied on the U.S.? Secret Israeli cabal may have been responsible. See, they want all the weapons they can get. If they were the people of the book, why do they want nuclear arms? If they're the ones that Hanukkah was about, if they're the Maccabees, since Judas Maccabee and none of the Maccabees wore armor or carried arms, why are they stealing nuclear secrets? We're not stealing secrets. We're not buying guns. We're not carrying knives. And we ain't wearing no bulletproof vest. Who do you think the book is talking about? Okay. Judas defeats the king's army. Then they got somebody else comes up to challenge him. What does it say? Judas prays for victory. Next section. Judas defeats Lysias. That's something? Every time he gets ready to go in prayer, go in battle, it doesn't mention about his strategy. Go into the war games room and pull out the maps and plot out where the divisions go. It don't mention that. He might have done that, but he don't mention none of that. Points out that, hey, we getting ready to fight. It's time to pray. Because that's where the ultimate power is coming from. So that's our nuclear arsenal. Hey, that's what we reach back and get. We reach for the God. Hey, we the God squad. All praise is due to Allah. So, brothers and sisters, when you see these so-called Jews during this 8-day period going through all of this stuff, know that they're only celebrating you. The mass of them don't know it. The rabbis know it. But the rabbis do not teach it to all of the people. Okay? But the rabbis know exactly where we're coming from. They understand it. They are purposely usurping our power because they know that helps them stay in that much longer. The longer they can keep us dumb. And the only way they can keep us dumb is keep their own people dumb. Because their own people, if the mass of the Jews knew what the rabbis know, the thing would be over quick because the first thing they want to do is wipe us out. And that would be the biggest mistake they could ever make. So the rabbis have to keep them asleep to keep them from acting a fool. Because they reach for us, they draw back another. See? Praise is due to Allah. that they set an empty place at their table for. He's already come, and he didn't come to them. He came to us. They still leaving their door unlocked, setting the table, pouring the wine, and Elijah's done his thing already. Okay? It's us, brothers and sisters. So, when you see the Jews that you work with or, be around and all of that, you can sincerely say to them, Happy Hanukkah.
So many of you whom I soldiered with, you must try to understand, beloved brothers and sisters, what has happened to our nation and why. You may know what happened, but if you don't know why, you're not comforted. So many people, when something of a calamitous nature strikes, and it happens all of a sudden, people ask the question, why? Why did this happen? Why to me? I've been doing good, or I've been good. Why should this calamity afflict me? Sometime we may lose someone very dear to us, a young child perhaps. And when a mother has to bury her son or her daughter at a very young age, the mother and the father oftentimes ask the question, why? The child was so young. Why, God, did you take my child from me? So many people not understanding the ways of God, not understanding how He works, because we don't have a comprehensive knowledge of things. We have a very limited knowledge of things. And so in our limited knowledge, as we reach out for the whys, the answers to these perplexing problems and calamities, some of us get so offended by the loss that we become blinded by the loss, and then we turn our backs on God as though God did us something wrong. We couldn't take the strain, we couldn't take the pain of seeing something and someone dear to us leave us. We couldn't take the pain, we didn't want the strain of knowing that that person or that thing was no longer there. And then we became offended at God. Why did you bring us all this way to leave us? Why, Elijah Muhammad, did you preach among us for 44 long years? And after we had built up confidence in you, we learned that you were dead. And now everything that you taught, that you built, has been torn down. Why? I gave my money. I went to prison. I lost my loved ones. For God's sake, somebody tell me why. I gave my heart and my mind to a man like I never gave to no other man who ever lived. And now my hopes are dashed. Somebody give me some understanding. Somebody tell me why. And if the why doesn't come quick enough, the hurt turns to bitterness. And then out of the bitterness of the loss and the pain and the anguish, we begin to curse that which we once loved. the love that we had for a man and his truth begins to wax cold. And then, without hope, some of us fall backward into the mud, into the filth, into the old life, into the old habits. Some of us are not here tonight. Some are dead and gone. Some are in insane asylums because they couldn't answer the question why. Some have lost their wives, their children, their families, torn asunder. They couldn't answer the question why. And I say with deep humility, I had been taught at the foot of the messenger, and I thought I really knew his teachings. But at that moment in time, I was helpless because I couldn't quite answer the question, why? So I too stumbled and fell. And I say this openly and unashamedly because I want to say to all of us who stumbled and fell, that as Almighty God, Allah, has had mercy upon me and has, to say it in the scriptural language, an angel of the Lord came and rolled the stone away, which allowed me to come back out of the tomb again. Then I can stand before you who fell, and a nation who has fallen, and a whole people who have fallen, and say, brothers and sisters, this is the final call. This is the final call. I want you to listen and pay very close attention to what we say tonight, because it is the final call. All right, sir. Listen. When a train is getting ready to go, or a plane is getting ready to take off, the man says, board it now. This is the final call for flight so-and-so and so-and-so. And if you are a traveler, you better get on board. So do all your hugging and your squeezing and your teasing and get on board. Well, this is the final call, because the world that Elijah Muhammad warned us was going down. It don't take a wise man to see it's falling apart. And the black man and woman of America are suffering loss and ruin today because we didn't listen when the man was here. But I'm proud and pleased to say that Allah brought me back to life to call out to you for the last time, to be a reminder to you of a holy one that was in our midst, to be a reminder to you of a faithful warner and a faithful messenger, and plead with you and beg you almost to take away to your Lord before it is too late. Why did it happen? What did God have in mind? Allah introduces himself to us in the Holy Quran. In the second surah, he begins, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I, Allah, am the best knower. He introduces himself to us as one who knows best. He's telling us, trust me, it'll work out right. I know best. And some of the most critical chapters in the book, he introduces with those same words, I know best. Mama used to tell us that when she gave us castor oil. I know best, child. Take your castor oil. Take your 3/6s. Take your black draught. I know best, child. This will move you. And sure enough, Mama didn't know best. It was a painful experience. It was an excruciating experience. But after it was all over, we came out better for it because Mama did know better than we know. Allah is saying to us, it is the nature of water, and it is the nature of electricity, and it is the nature of life to take a course of least resistance. You would not choose heavy trial for yourself. You would choose an easy road if you had to choose roads to travel. But since I, Allah talking, am the best knower, and I want to make you a great people, and I have carved out a future for you and caused the prophets to prophesy of what your future would be, I must take you by a way that you knew not, so that every twist and turn in the road will bring out of you something that you didn't even know was in you, until when I get through with the twists and the turns in the road, with the ups and the downs and the hills and the valleys, I'm going to take you through trial and tribulation, through pain and affliction. But when I get finished with you, you'll be like purified gold, so pure that you'll be a perfect conductor of my Holy Spirit, because I've chosen you for my own service. But I never choose a people and give them an easy road. When I choose somebody, I make it hard for them, because I know best what is good for my choice. You say, I don't believe it. I chose Abraham. I didn't give Abraham an easy road. I chose Moses, and he wanted to quit before he began because he knew the road was rough. I chose Daniel, but I put him in a lion's den. I chose the Hebrew boys, but I threw them in the furnace. I chose Jesus, but I had him crucified. Because when I choose you, I don't choose you for an easy road. I choose you to go a road that you wouldn't go yourself, but I am the best knower. But if you're patient with me, if you persevere through your trial, if you can take the down like you took the up, if you can take the have not like you took the have, if you can take the sorrow like you took the joy, if you can lose whatever you have and then ask me why, but still don't doubt me, and still don't get offended where you curse me, then I'm going to bring you out after I try you. All praise is due to Allah. All praise is due to Allah. And as I told my servant, your latter state will be better than your former state. Have you considered my servant Job? Job was my man. God talking, the best knower. Job was my man. I loved him. But Satan and the children of God came to present themselves before me. My own children didn't know that Satan was among them. They were walking with Satan. I had to call a stop to that because I was the best knower. I said, whence cometh thou, Satan? Satan had to speak. The children of God said, what? Satan is among us? I thought that was brother so-and-so. I thought that was sister so-and-so. But whence cometh thou, Satan? He said, well, I come from walking up and down, going to and fro in the earth, seeking whom I may devour. Devour mean eat up. Eat up means make a part of my system, that it strengthens and nourishes my aim and my purpose. Satan is always looking for someone to eat up, to make them a part of his crookedness, that the power and essence of your being be used for a cause that is against yourself. Satan had eaten everybody up. He had gobbled up the planet. But the Lord looked at Satan and said, hey, have you considered my servant Job? Satan said, what about him? He said, he loves me. That's right. And he eschews evil. Satan said, oh, shoot, the only reason you love him and he love you is because you give him everything. Remove that hedge from around him and let me get to him. And I'll show you, God. I'll make him curse you to your face. The same challenge is repeated in the Holy Quran under the name Iblis. God chooses a man, and he makes the angels bow to the man that he chose. And Iblis did not. And Allah said to Iblis in the Quran, what hindered you that you did not submit when I commanded you? Now here's a man rebellious to God's command. Then he speaks back to God. He says, I didn't submit because this one is made of dust, or he's made of black mud fashioned into shape. I'm made of fire. I'm better than he is. Don't you know me, God? I'm the wise one. I'm the righteous one. And you took something from dust. You took something from black mud. You took a filthy thing and put him above me. I'm angry with you. That's why I didn't submit, because I'm better. The wicked always think in their sick, self-righteous heart that they are better than the one whom God chooses. So God wants to show you you're not as good as you think you are. And I'll prove it by the trial. I'm going to take the hedge from around you, Job. And since you don't want to submit to my servant, I'm going to give you a respite. I'm going to give you time. I'm going to delay your doom. And I'm going to set you on a course. And the devil said to Allah in the Quran, in words, thank you for respiting me or delaying my doom. But now I'm going to lie in wait for them in thy straight path. I'm not going to come in the crooked path, because everything in the crooked path is already mine. But I'm going after them that's in the straight path. I want to take those who say they believe in you. I want to take those who say they set up no God besides you. Those are the ones I want to make deviate. And Allah says, go to it, man. Not quite like that, of course. And Satan says to Allah, he says, I'm going to come at them from their right side and from their left side, from before them and from behind them. And I will make all of them deviate. Notice the word. I will make all of them deviate. Allah said to Satan, go to it. But whosoever follows you, I will certainly fill hell with you all. In other words, I want you to know, Satan, I got some knees that won't bow to you. I want you to know, Satan, that he's my man, but I'm going to let you try him. He said the only condition I put down is spare his life. Do anything to him you want to, don't take his life. Satan says it's a deal. Let's make a deal. The price is right. Now, brothers and sisters, the history of Job is a beautiful history because Job lost everything. He lost his cattle. He lost the land that he had. He lost his family. He lost his health. Even his wife told him, curse God and die. His friends turned on him and said, look, man, you must have done something wrong. God wouldn't do nothing like this to you. You're a wrongdoer. Fess up. Tell it, man. Look, brother, you don't know when you got friends. You don't know who your friends are. You think you got friends when you got money. You think you have friends when you have power. But when your power is gone, and when your money is gone, and when you can't do nothing for nobody or to nobody, that's when you find out who your friends really are. And that's when Job found out. Job looked up and he looked deep into human nature because he had to get a lesson in human nature. He had to understand why his family, he's a righteous man and his family is all messed up. Man, that's something to think about. A righteous man with an unrighteous family. A righteous man whose family loved to party and boogie and get on down. So while his family was boogieing and getting on down, a whirlwind came and swung the house. Killed them all except one. And Job saw one of his children running to him to tell him, all the family is gone. How did Job take it? He got down so low. He used these words, the Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Now look, those are words, but they embody a deep principle. That you have no children except by God's grace. And if God give you a child and let you enjoy the loveliness and the beauty and the warmth of that child for 6 months, for a year, and you lose the child, you shouldn't curse God. You should thank God for the year that you had. Do you understand? That's the way to look at it. Sure, we're sad to see the life go, but thank you, Allah, for the life that you gave me. We have to be able to withstand trials in order to grow into perfection. The Quran asks the Muslims, and do men think that they will be left alone on saying we believe and will not be tried while others were tried before you? Nation of Islam, do you think that you can enter the garden while the like of that which befell others has not yet befallen you? And surely they were greatly tried and greatly shaken to such a degree that they cried out, when will the help of Allah come? Could the nation of Islam that had grown from the work of Elijah Muhammad, from the suffering of Elijah Muhammad, from the sacrifice of Elijah Muhammad, and the early strugglers in Islam, they made it possible for the nation to be the nation of Islam. And though many black people didn't subscribe to Mr. Muhammad's religious philosophy, they admired his educational program, his economic program. They loved the unity and the cohesiveness of the brothers, the courtesy that they displayed, the righteousness that we tried to carry into practice. They loved the sisters in their garments, how proudly you walked the streets of New York, and the junkies and the winos step back to show you respect and honor. You remember? But you and I had to be tried. Jesus was going up, up, up. And I mean, I guess to the people that looked at Jesus, they said, man, look at him. He's making the deaf hear, the dumb speak, the lame walk. He's raising the dead to life. Ooh, before long, everybody gonna believe in him. They didn't know what was laying around the corner. Jesus riding into Jerusalem on a donkey. People saying, Hosanna, Hosanna. They didn't know that a few days later the people would be saying, crucify him. Crucify him. I was here in New York with you. And God knows I love you. And he also knows that you love me. Yeah, most of you did. I speak in the past tense. But you know, God have a way of warming things up again that turn cold when understanding comes. Look, brothers and sisters, your love is precious. Hear me well. We took the temple in New York. Brothers and sisters in this audience right here tonight, after the assassination of Malcolm X, we could hardly hold our head up in the street. Anywhere we walk, there go one of them Muslims, they killed Malcolm. It was years before Muslims got any kind of respect at all. But we worked hard, brothers and sisters, under the guidance of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. They burned down our temple on 116th Street. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad came back and built it up more beautiful than ever, to say to the hypocrites, you will not run us out of New York. We are here to stay. And in that lovely house on 116th Street, we had good times and bad times. We had ups and downs. Because when you're on a road that leads to paradise, you can't have it one way all the time. God got to give you valleys and hills, low places and high places, ups and downs to see what kind of servant you're going to be. Brother, in 1974, when 70,000 people came out to Randall's Island, the largest crowd ever gathered in the history of New York for a black event. All black people. Nation of Islam flag flying all over Randall's Island. So many people, I couldn't get there in my car. They had to go get a helicopter because the bridge, they said, was too crowded for me to come over the bridge. And when I went to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, told him of this mighty crowd, repeated again in September, 40,000 out there. And I'm sitting with the messenger, and I'm happy, you know. Oh boy, the apostle, the people love you. They want to hear your teaching. He just looked at me real sad. And he said, as God is my witness, he said, brother, the time is coming when you may go to the temple and you will not find a believer there other than yourself. I looked at him, and I know he's the messenger and I know he's telling the truth, but inside I don't quite believe it. I said, how could this be? With all those people, mosques full, Bronx mosque full, Brooklyn mosque full, Manhattan mosque full. We had 18 mosques in the city, all of them full of people. And it looked like we were busting out of all the walls. How could it be that it was going to go all the way down to nothing? How could I go to the house that we built And there would be no believers there. I couldn't see, but he knew tomorrow better than I knew yesterday. And that's why there is no leader for black people, but a visionary. And Elijah Muhammad is no blind guide. He saw tomorrow better than you see yesterday, and he carved out a path for us to walk if all we would do is see where he went and put our foot down right after him. I'm telling you, we can rebuild the nation overnight. Overnight. All the guards on the front posts, don't change these posts no more. Unless it's an emergency. If a man can't sit down for an hour, we don't need it. That's right. Us old folks, we remember the time when we would stand for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for 6 hours. Yes, sir. And didn't change no post. Old soldiers, you remember those days. Oh, look at these mighty soldiers. Do you know, beloved, I'm looking in your faces. Do you know we are lucky to be alive with what we've been through? Do you know we're lucky to be here? You don't have to show me your scars. I got plenty to show you too. I mean, we've been through hell to get here tonight. Yes, sir. Let me go on. So after the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that to me, I came home and I told others. But I didn't know how it was going to happen. None of us believed that the son of Elijah Muhammad would take the nation off the course that the messenger put it on. All of us that were in the nation, we loved Wallace. Except some crazy folk who may have been jealous of his wisdom. He's no little lightweight fella. He's a very, very, very wise man. But he had a problem. And his problem was he really didn't love his daddy. And he didn't love Master Farad Muhammad. And deep down inside, he didn't believe that his father was in fact the messenger of God. That's right. So if he didn't believe that, he should have left us alone. All right. And gone on and established something that testifies to his great belief. Yes, sir. That's right. Since he believed that he's better than his father, since he believed he's more wise than his father, since he believed he's holier than his father, more clean, more fit for leadership of the people than his daddy, then leave your daddy alone and go on out in the field with your wisdom and bring up a house to the glory of Allah that will shame your father. But you didn't do that. No, he came right in the temple with a uniform on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Came back just a few months before they announced the death of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Yes, sir. And I say this with no malice, because God has blessed me to overcome bitterness, because I understand my bitterness. Yes, sir. Come on. Come on, brother. The Quran teaches us that when Moses left to go to the mountain, the Samiri, S-A-M-I-R-I, the Samiri took the leadership from Aaron. Aaron didn't mislead the people. He was overpowered by the Samiri. That's the Quran. I know what the Bible says. It got truth in it too. But the Quran vindicates Aaron.
Yes, sir. That's right.
But the Samiri, they started and borrowed a few footprints, the Quran teaches.
That's right.
And then after a while, they discarded that. It means they followed the messenger a little way and then discarded that. Exactly what happened.
That's right.
When the new leadership came to power, they followed the messenger a few days.
Yes, sir.
Made it appear like they're right with him.
Think about it.
And after a few days, they discarded everything that the messenger taught.
Yes, they did. That's right.
The Jews, on Christmas time, have a holiday that they call Hanukkah.
Down.
Hanukkah is a Jewish festival. They call it the Festival of Lights, but it's actually the observance of the retaking of the temple at Jerusalem and the purifying of that temple from the unlawful leadership of one called Antiochus the Fourth Epiphanes.
All right. Let's see. Come on.
Antiochus was not to be the leader, but through deceit, through cunning, through bribery, through flattery, he displaced the actual one and came to power. He was a Jew on the outside, but his heart was Greco-Roman. He loved Greece. He loved Rome. So when he came to power, being a Jew on the outside and a Greek on the inside, his heart was to destroy the Jewish way and reestablish or establish the Greek or Roman way among the Jews. Isn't that something? So the first thing he did was ban all Jewish literature. Go read it for yourself. It's in the library. You can check it out. He banned all Jewish literature.
Yes, sir.
The second thing he did was close down all of the Jewish schools.
Yes, sir.
You didn't hear me. The third thing he did was rob the Jewish treasuries. The fourth thing he did was bring into the temple the abomination that bringeth desolation. Then he brought a hog in and slaughtered a pig on the altar of God. The man had got so way out that the Jews began a spirit of rebellion. He even had a coin minted with his face on it. And he called himself Antiochus Epiphanes. Epiphanes means the manifestation of God. But the people called him Antiochus Epimanes, and Epimanes means a madman. Pretty soon a man by the name of Judas Maccabeus arose. And the famous Maccabees that you read about in Jewish history began to assault Antiochus. They said that Antiochus was a curious mixture of wit and charm and insanity. They said he used to go with sailors and stuff. That's what the book said about Antiochus. That's what the book said about Antiochus. That's history. But now, Daniel talks about it. Daniel says, and when the abomination that bringeth desolation standeth in the holy place, know that the end is nigh. In a meeting of the national laborers, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us that the abomination that bringeth desolation stands for hatred. When someone would stand in the holy place filled with hatred for the God that the holy place remembered, and the Messiah would be cut off. And the scholars say the Messiah's being cut off means he would be without honor, without regard in his own house. When this happened, know that the end is coming. I don't know, it could be coincidence. But it is true that when the new leadership came to power, its first act was to tell all of the Muslims, put away the books of Elijah Muhammad. Put them away. Don't read them no more. Come to me.
That's right.
I didn't say it. He said it.
That's right.
Is that true?
That's true.
The second thing he did was close up every one of the universities of Islam. Did he close them up? Close them all up.
Come on.
By June of 1976, at McCormick Place, it was announced that there was over $4 million in the number 2 port treasury, and that last year over 22 million had come in on the fish alone. And if you remember, Savior's Day 1974, the former National Secretary Abbas Rasul said that our income for the year 73-74 approached $50 million in the Nation of Islam.
That's right. Come on.
Now this is June 1976, 75. By February 1976, it was announced that the Nation of Islam was broke. That the Nation of Islam was $5 million in debt. The picture was painted of mismanagement. The picture was painted of corrupt, rotten leadership that was ripping off the people's fish money, ripping off the people's charity. I don't doubt that there was some that who wanted to fatten themselves up on the suffering and the sacrifice of others. But I ask you a very pertinent question. Since the Honorable Elijah Muhammad bought us the most modern, up-to-date press, cash, with $1 million, he bought us 40,000 acres of land, and we got together and bought him a jet plane at a cost of $1.2 million. Cash. If somebody was ripping him off, he suddenly was able to make progress with the charity that the believers gave. Remember this now.
Come on. That was all, brother.
Now they say the nation was worth over $80 million. There is no corporation in America that does not function with some debt. Debt does not mean you are not soluble, you are not viable, you're not in business. General Motors has debt. Ford Motor Company has debt. Ask Chrysler, they've been in debt. American Motors is in debt. U.S. Steel is in debt. The United States government, according to President Reagan, said they wanted to raise the debt ceiling from $980 billion to a little over $1 trillion. That's the government debt.
Come on.
But if the government is $1 trillion in debt, and the country has a gross national product of 2.5 times the national debt, then we say the country's economy could be viable. If the nation was $5 million in debt and had an income of $50 million in 1 year and assets of over $80 million, how could the nation be in bad shape? There is truth here that some of the businesses weren't doing well. We must tell the truth. And it wasn't doing well because of bad management. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was constantly searching for better managers. Kept an ad in the paper sending for qualified help, because he knew a lot of his help was unqualified. But that don't mean the nation is bad. Certainly there were some corrupt people, but that doesn't mean that everybody is corrupt. There are a lot of Muslims in here who strove hard to live the life of a righteous Muslim. And they resent being told that everybody was corrupt, everybody was a liar, everybody was a thief, everybody was screwing somebody. That's not true. Absalom did the same thing to David.
Yes, sir. Teach on him.
He magnified the evils in David's court to show that he was more qualified for leadership over Israel than his own father, the king, put on the throne by God, David. But Absalom was the loser.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Antiochus became a miserable loser.
Yes, sir.
As he was going up, it looked like nothing that he did failed. But as he's coming down, looked like everything is a mistake.
Yes, sir. Teach us. Come on.
But why? But why?
All right. That question.
Why did the Muslims go through all of this? I say this to the new ones. Don't try and judge the old Muslims. Don't do that. Don't say, I met one of the old followers today. He ain't nothing. Don't do that. Because you don't know what they've been through. And I want to tell you, in defense of the old Muslims, they died that you might have a right to the tree of life. They didn't even know the destiny that was theirs. They followed the messenger, but they didn't know they had to go to the cross. They wanted the crown, but you couldn't get the crown till you hit the cross. And the cross means crucifixion, and we wasn't about to go through that. But Allah said, I'm the best knower. Go on through it. The book said, Jesus said, you don't take my life, I lay it down. He said, if the temple is destroyed, he said, if I destroy it, I'll rebuild it in 3 days. God is the destroyer here. Yes, sir. But he needed an agent that would destroy it. And he found one right out of the seed of the messenger. Well, that's heavy. Yes, that bears witness to the beginning. Yaqub was an original black man. Yes. He was one of our own, but he made the devil. Yes. Showing you that in the very nature of the black man, there is that crookedness, that wobble that's there that gives us trouble from time to time. Yes, and even though God chooses a messenger out of a family, that don't mean that there's a guarantee for his children. Because out of the same sperm that produced the original, out of that same sperm came the devil. Well, that's heavy. Now, where does the Bible say this? Oh, it's all over the Bible. We could go from Genesis all the way to Revelations, brother, and we don't have time to go there to thank. But it's all there, and I thank Allah that he blessed me to wake up and to be awakened by a brother who came by my grave and said, brother, it's time. Get up. I thank Allah that I'm able now, by His grace, to see a little better than I thought I saw in 1974 and 5. Beloved, look at this parable of Jesus. A man went forth to sow wheat in a field. Listen carefully. But while men slept, an enemy crept in and sowed tares in among the wheat. Isn't that a beautiful parable? The keeper of the vineyard said, hey, we better pluck these up. He said, no, no, no. Let them grow together until the harvest time. And when the harvest is come, we will then separate the wheat from the tare. Then Jesus gives us the meaning of the parable. He said the field is the world. The children of the kingdom are the wheat, and the children of Satan are the tare. And they're going to be together until the harvest time. And then God will separate out of His kingdom. Now, this is not the world, because the parable is a parable of the kingdom of heaven. That there's hypocrites in the kingdom.
Listen. Okay.
Now look, some of us don't even know what we are. We come to join something, but we too cowardly to say I ain't with it, and not strong enough to walk the way it teaches. So we hang out in it, but use every opportunity to deviate from it. That's hypocrisy. Yeah, you can hide for a while, but the Quran says Allah sees what you do. And at a time that He sets, He's going to separate the house. Well, the messenger told us in 1957 that the nation was honeycombed with rotten characters, stool pigeons, and all of this kind of brother and sister. The police department sent people in, like they did tonight. Right? Now look, I'm not dumb enough to believe that everybody that's here tonight is with us. I mean, people come for all kind of reasons. We don't care, as long as you're here, it's fine. But Allah is watching. So people joined up in the nation. But they didn't really have the good of the nation at heart. They had their own thing at heart. Allah knows this. So the Quran teaches us in the 29th surah called the Spider that Allah want to know the truthful from the liars. So He's going to send a test in there to manifest who is a liar and who is truthful. Now we can wrap it up. Look, beloved. It was at the crucifixion of Jesus that we found out who the liars were and who the truthful were, who the weak were and who the strong were. Isn't that true?
Yes, sir.
It was at that heavy trial on Job that we begin to find out where his family was, who his friends were, and Job began to get a good look at his own self.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that something?
Yes, sir.
It's in trial that you find out what each one of us is made of. You married to a man or the man married to you. You all think you love each other. And you say it every night. I love you, baby. I love you. I mean, it sounds so good in the ear. You know what I mean? Oh, she really loves me. But God may know something more than you know. So a trial comes against the marriage. And then, when a test comes inside the house, you begin to find out, maybe they didn't love me like I thought. You got children that will follow you and be kind when you give them everything they want. You don't know that they're really yours. Well, I don't mean to suggest that anything funny went down, but I mean you don't know that they are really good children until you test them. My children, I used to put them to a test. I promised them something. Yes, I would. They here, they can bear witness. And then when it came time to give it up, I would say, oh, I'm sorry. Something came up. And then I'd look in their face, and some of them would just walk out stomping. See? If you only my son, when I got something to give you,
Okay. Yes, sir.
then when I don't have nothing to give you, will you still be my son?
Come on.
Are you my wife? Are you my wife because I can secure you now? Suppose I lose my job.
Right. Come on.
Don't you remember all the years that I did work and support you? Are you going to forget me now that I lost my job and start cussing me out?
Come on.
See how short your memory is.
Yes, sir.
This is the way God works on you. He want to make you see yourself as you really are. Oh, brother and sister, if you do this for one another, how wise is the God to find out who the sincere followers of his messenger really is? All right. A man sowed wheat in the field, but while men slept, an enemy crept in. He crept right into the same field, but the folk went asleep. Did you hear the messenger say that Yaakov made the Caucasian? That's not symbolic teaching. That's actual fact. Their own scholars are coming out with books now to verify the fact that they understand that there's something missing in the Caucasian. And it was in his grafting or in his making. This is not racist teaching. This is absolute fact that the Quran verifies that this book says that God wants you to know yourself and know others. And that's all the Honorable Elijah Muhammad brought you, was the knowledge of yourself and the knowledge of others. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the black man was put to sleep in order to allow this new man to exercise his rule. And God gave him 6,000 years. While men slept, an enemy crept in. You can't say we was wide awake. We was in a sleep state. Why? Allah decreed that we would sleep in order to allow Wallace the freedom to do his thing.
All right.
If you notice, he was unopposed.
That's right. Yes, sir.
All these Muslims in here, they may have been cussing, they may have been fussing. They may not have liked it, but they couldn't interfere with it. And if Farrakhan didn't like what Wallace was doing and interfered with Wallace in the pursuit of what was his duty, then I wouldn't be alive today to bear witness. But you see, I'm on time. He came on time, and I'm on time to do exactly what I'm doing. Yes, sir. By Allah's help. If you doubt it, God tells you right here in the scriptures that God's coming is after the working of Satan. You don't bring God and Satan on the scene and God come ahead of time. He comes on time. He lets Satan have the freedom. Go do your thing, man. Mess it up. Tear up the world, Satan. And Satan did it. Got 6,000 years of working on it. And don't tell me the world is not messed up. It takes God himself to bring the earth back to order again. Is that right? Now, I want to do this for everyone that's in this audience to know that Farrakhan don't have no power on his own to resurrect the nation of Islam. You got to be able to look past me to see what backing the man has. And if the man is backed by God and the messenger of God, there is nothing that no combination of enemies can do to stop what I'm doing in America today in the name of Elijah Muhammad. Now look, everybody all right?
Teach us, brother. Come on.
I'm going to finish up shortly.
Take your time.
You all right?
Take your time.
Yeah, you know we boogies all night sometimes. But look, brothers and sisters, real quickly, the same way Satan took the belief in the reality of God and put it in a mystery and ruled through the belief in a mystery God. Just remember that. Yaqub told them, according to the teaching of the messenger, question them on where's the first one. And if they can't bring it, you got them. Showed his followers how to upset and undermine the belief of the people in the God. Boy, that's something. Turn it around. Put them to sleep. And when they go to sleep, have your way with them. Oh, brother and sister, I hope you follow me carefully. Every one of us who were taught by the messenger, some of these brothers and sisters in here too, were so heavy that when we went down to these colleges, sat in these classrooms with the teaching of Elijah Muhammad, we run the professor out of there. Am I lying, brothers and sisters? You were so heavy till the other college students began listening to you.
That's right.
And the professor started listening to you too.
That's right.
And pretty soon you became the professor. Now all of a sudden everything that Elijah Muhammad taught is a lie. All right? Now look, brothers, we had to go to sleep. For what? To give a modern Yaqub a chance to do the thing today that would bear witness to the thing that was done 6,000 years ago. Now listen, if you don't think that you've been made into a devil, let me show you. And you and I had been made into snakes of a grafted type.
Come on, brother. Listen.
You know Yaqub was a big head scientist.
That's right.
They said he had an exceptionally large head. Well, now, if you look at the present leadership, no, I don't believe in mockery and foolishness. I really don't do that. I want to deal with this as a scientist. We're analyzing. He has an exceptionally large head, meaning a big head. He called himself every big name under the book. From the manifestation of God in his first speech, the Immaculate Conception, the Christ, the Messiah, the Mahdi. All of these names he gave himself. But his work doesn't bear witness to none of the names that he gave himself. Now, this is not I. This is just examination of his work. It don't bear witness to that.
That's right.
Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Well, if some of you got big heads, a lot of crazy fellas walking around here. I'm the Mahdi. I'm the Messiah. You are terrible, brother. I mean, it's a shame. It really is a shame, brother. As so many of us who got the teachings of the messenger are out ripping the people off with the little bit of knowledge we have, but our hearts are corrupt and we got something in it we want for ourselves, and we're not really sincere for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That's right.
That kind of person will get trapped in his own madness.
Yes, sir.
You playing with fire. You heard the messenger say, don't play with his teaching. It's a hot fire, brother. You do not play with this. And I must say to the 5% nation, the 5% nation survived because they were rooted in the lessons. That's right. He said, well, wait a minute. Farrakhan, we the 5%. Could be. But I'm saying those who call themselves 5%ers, they didn't follow Wallace.
That's right.
Because they were rooted in the lessons. And if you they were teaching Islam, remember the Honorable Elijah Muhammad kept telling us, study your lessons, study your lessons, study your lessons. And we did not pay him the attention that we should have. Therefore, when the lessons begin to be carried out, we fail the lessons.
That's right.
I'll give you an example in a minute. Let's get on back to... Go ahead, brother. If you look now, Yaqub grafted from black into white.
Yes.
Physically. Ooh. Wallace started like Yaqub by separating. If you remember, Yaqub was talking to his uncle. His father wasn't present. Wallace didn't do none of this when his father was present. He only gave us a sign that this was in him. But when his father was gone, that's when he went to work. No, he didn't go crazy. He didn't go crazy. He did what he was destined to do. He had a destiny. Both of us come from the same father. He's from Elijah Muhammad, and I'm from Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
He's a destroyer, and I'm a builder. Yes, sir. And if you study my history, it's been that ever since I've been in the nation. Come on, that's right. When I went to Boston, the temple was torn down. That's right. And God blessed me to build it up. That's right. Yes, when I came to New York, the temple was torn down. That's right. That's right. And God blessed me to build it up. It ain't got nothing to do with no vanity, brother. You got gifts that are equal to mine or greater. Come on. But this is my gift. Come on. And you can't take it away from me because you don't like the fact that God gives the man a gift like this. Come on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, envy and jealousy will get you killed. Go ahead. Yaqub started by separating.
Yes, he did.
Right. Wallace started the same. First and second resurrection. Yes, sir. You from the first, we from the second. Immediately, if you wanted to belong, you had to get out of the first into the second. Yes, sir. Come on. Pretty soon all the old followers of the messenger were put right on out, driven out, sit down, because he wanted the new one. And if you watch, just like Yakub took the white man out of the black, and in his final stage, he began to hate the very root out of which he came. Wallace has produced a people that hate black. And they hate the very teacher and teaching that gave them life. That's right. Oh, yes. As the Quran said, you hate Allah as well as his messenger because they enrich you out of his grace. There never was a teacher ever walk among us that taught us the wisdom like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. No man. Now look, Yaqub was given 6,000 years. Wallace was given 6 years. All right? Come on. And if you doubt that he's on his way out, you keep watching. Come on. And see, don't nobody have to touch him. That's not your job. It's not my job. God wants him to live to see his Father's work come up out of the dust and encompass him. Yes, it's coming up out of the dust, black man. Whether you like it or not, it's coming up. All praise is due to Allah. The man had a field day talking about the messenger. He called the messenger a liar. Yes, he did. He called the messenger a wicked man, an adulterer, a fornicator, a jealous-hearted man, a master of tricks. Come on, that's what he said. All right, if he's so bad and you so good, then justify it by your works. Here the messenger been gone 6 years. Come on. And you've been dead 6 years. Come on. Look, and as the world of black people have been scattered to the four winds, the nation of Islam has been scattered to the four winds. Every one of your minds have been shot out in space. You went, I went, we went in every different direction. Some of us haven't seen each other for years until Sunday at the Armory or tonight. It's true, beloved. We were gone, scattered, and we became exactly what the Bible says. Dry bones in the valley. It's talking about black people in general, but the nation of Islam in particular. You and I have been talking. That's right. Oh man, can these bones live? That's right. Oh man, can these bones live? Come on. Oh Lord, only thou knowest. Lord, can we get these brothers and sisters together again? Look at your minds. Some of us have said, I'll never follow a man as long as I live. Some of us have said, I wish I had never met him. Oh man, some of us went back to eating hog, going with white women and white men. I mean, we went crazy, brothers and sisters. And look at how far we've gone. Listen to this now. And the world say it's impossible. You never get the nation together. Look at this now. Oh, Allah, I thank him so much, brother. Yes, the dry bones. Look at us. What are the bones saying? Our hope is lost. Our bones are dry. We're cut off from our part. Some of these Muslims remember the nation faintly and say, well, it was a good thing, but it's gone forever. Just never gonna come back. My life is ruined. I've spent 20 years, 25 years. Some spent 30 years. Some spent 10. He says, it's over. See? You and I have become the lost sheep. You see it? The lost sheep. You know what the word lost means? Incorrigible. So messed up you can't be corrected. Irreformable. So crooked now you can't be straightened out. Irreconcilable. So far gone back into the world you could never be brought back to the law and to God and to yourself. Hopeless past praying for. Dead. This you. This is me. This is us. You are also styled as the prodigal son. Look at you, beloved. When I look at some of these beautiful faces here that I remember so well, I know your power and I know your greatness by Allah's help. But you and I took our substance from Daddy and we went into a strange country to try to join ourselves on to be a citizen in a strange land. Check it out. Have not we done it? Yes, we tried to be Arabs.
Yes, sir. That's what we did. Yes.
We dressed up like the Arab. Every third word was Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah.
Yes,
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah.
Yes, sir.
I'm not making no mockery.
Yes, sir. That's the truth.
But we wanted to show the Arabs we were trying to be like them. They used to, when I was in Mecca, one white Arab came out of Pennsylvania and talked about how the whole mosque in Pennsylvania, he was teaching them how to pray. And he was bragging to his other cohorts in Mecca, oh, they're coming and we are teaching them to pray. At last they're praying properly.
Come on, brother.
And I'm in Mecca with them. And I'm hot. I ain't jiving. We battling in Mecca. Ma. He throw one, I throw one back. Ma. I'm throwing for Elijah Muhammad, man. I'm supposed to be with Wallace, but the message is so deep in me. I'm over there. I don't want nobody talking about that man. All right. So they must have said to each other, that nigga ain't straight yet. They said too much Elijah in here. That nigga ain't right yet. Minister Larry was there with me. He was beating them back from around the black stone so I could get in and kiss it. And the woman in front of me, she was licking the stone. This is the truth. She was so enamored over the stone, you know. And I got in there behind and I kissed it too. But after I kissed the stone, I said, oh, Allah, if I could just find the grave where they say my Lord is, I will knock on the grave and say, dear apostle, you were right. These are signs here. I said, we cannot follow signs. We must get the meaning of what the signs and symbols represent.
Yes, sir.
Oh, beloved, there in Mecca, I came to myself too. I know your strengths. I know how you felt because I put the Bible down. I put the Quran down. I didn't want nothing more to do with religion at all.
Listen.
I hated religion. I began to think religion is like different colored glasses. You got on your Jehovah's Witness glasses. I got on my Muslim glasses. This one got on his Christian glasses. Somebody got on their Baptist glasses. And each of these glasses got a different tint. So I'm looking at the world through my green. You looking at the world through your blue. You looking at the world through your yellow. And can't none of us see out of the same eye. I said, if everybody bust them damn glasses, maybe we'll see each other at last, you know. Now look, I'm just telling you what I went through. I threw my Bible away, threw the Quran away. I ain't want nothing no more. I don't want no religion, but I was in Mecca. I'm checking things out.
All right. Come on.
Brothers and sisters, you went through it, and I went through it. We became lost sheep. We became prodigal sons. We tried to join on to America again, remember?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we did it. Yes, sir.
We went back to white folks and began to apologize to them for calling them the devil. As though the messenger had lied to us, and I'm very, very sorry about this racist talk. And picked up a white girl and started walking right down Eastern Parkway. Right down Nostrand Avenue. Right down Bedford.
And we used to be bringing the lost found to the temple, man, strutting. Look at that nigga there with that white woman. And here we are walking right by the temple with a white woman. Saying, man, I'm ashamed, but I used to believe that something was wrong with you, honey. Oh, brother and sister, we went to hell. Now, as messed up as we are, the world thinks we could never be brought back again. But that prodigal son, it said he got so low, he was feeding swine and husking corn. And if you look at black people, what it actually means is swine love filth. And we, the righteous, had begun to feed filth to the people who love filth. We begin selling dope again. We begin hustling women again. We begin doing all the wrong things. We began to feed swine. You understand? And when you husk corn, you pull away from the corn its protective cover, and the nature of the atmosphere begin to eat away the life in the corn. But the scripture said God brought a famine in the land. Most of us as Muslims squandered our intelligence following these demons. And after a while, you lost everything. Check it out. You lost your wife. We lost our children. We lost our mind. We lost our businesses. We lost our cars. Very few of us look the same. We lost our look as a civilized person. We begin to look wild and crazy, like the Quran said when they rejected Moses, he turned them into apes and swine. We became swine and began living like apes again. Did you hear? You know it's right, brothers and sisters. But when the famine got so tough, the prodigal son said, I think. He began to think. See, God had to make you think. He took everything away from you. In the third year, I stood up. I wasn't late. I was on time. The nation was supposed to rise after the third day. You the Jesus that was crucified looking for Elijah. Listen good. You the one, nation of Islam, that whose hands were nailed. These mighty hands that built for black people in New York. Look at them, they nailed. The feet that walked the path of righteousness, they nailed. The mind that used to be so clear and lucid. A crown of thorns on your head, pierced in your side, and the blood, the moral life that Elijah Muhammad taught us is leaving us fast. We're going down, 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 down. And the book said he gave up the ghost, meaning you give up the spirit of Islam. You don't want the life of Islam no more. And in the last hour he cried out, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, my God, My God, why have you forsaken me? Why? There's a question again. Why am I dying like this? Why am I hanging here like this? Why can't I work like I used to work? Why can't I talk like I used to talk? Why can't I live like I used to live? But Allah cried out, I am the best knower. Stay there and die, boy. But on the third day, you will rise again. Boy, look at this. Go ahead, go ahead. Go read your Bible. You was laid in a tomb, and a stone was at the mouth of your grave. Yes, dear brothers, the stone represents the hard-hearted, wicked nation, and the hardness of their wicked life keeps you in the tomb. But like Peter denied Jesus, but yet Jesus found favor in Peter. He said, though you deny me, Peter, I've prayed for you. He said, look, I'm going to turn you into the hands of Satan like Job was turned into the hand of Satan. He said, the devil desires you that he may sift you as wheat. The messenger looked me right in my face and said, the devil desires you that he may sift you as wheat. The second part of that in scripture is, but I prayed for you, that your faith may not fail you altogether. Knew that Peter's faith was going to fail him, but it wouldn't be a complete fail. He said, but when you have returned to me, Peter, go and strengthen your brethren. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look at this. I was in Wallace's hands. He took me out of New York. Yes, he did. Stripped me from the seat of power in the city. Yes, sir. Yes, he did. Yes, sir. I was well known here and well loved here. Yes, you may not believe it, but I never did one thing against the nation of Islam or any one of you, not knowingly. But anything I did, it was in ignorance, and for that I have come to you that I have harmed in ignorance and pardoned you publicly. You remember, you ain't that damn dead. I handle hundreds of thousands of your dollars into the millions. But this is not a robber. Not one dime did I take from you. Not as much as a dime or as little as a penny. But those who accuse me, let them bring the proof or die on it. Because I'm willing to die on it. It don't need no applause. I'm willing to die on it. And I'm willing to snatch your damn tongue straight out of your mouth if you don't have no damn proof for what you say. You don't know your lesson. Why did we run Yaqub and his maid devil from the root of civilization? He started making trouble among the righteous, telling lies. He accused the righteous, causing them to fight and kill one another. All you have is accusations, but you don't prove nothing. You don't care, but it's a disease in your heart that make you believe the worst of your brother rather than believe the best, and you walk with me. And I walk with you. And many of you that walk close to me, you know that I never said nothing to you other than what Elijah Muhammad taught me to teach you. Whatever I had, I shared it with you. But you hated me like they hate Elijah, because God blessed me with success. Even as it was with Cain and Abel. Come on, talk to me. Teach. Drive on, brother. Teach. Come on, teach us all night. Cain and Abel were children of one father. That's right. But Cain was jealous of his brother Abel because he was able. And it always is that way. When God blessed somebody with ability, the others, instead of joining him, nourishing from him and manifesting their own ability, the evil disease of envy and jealousy come up in their heart, and then murder come up in their heart. That's right. That's right. When he took me out of New York, he brought into this city ministers who actually hated me from envy and jealousy. And since that time, they've come and confessed to me. I'm telling you what I know. They bear me witness. They've confessed, brother. You the only one of all the messengers, ministers, that's standing up, lifting up his name. You're the only one of all of us major ministers. And God is blessing me for doing it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you can't see God with me, then you're blind. That's right, God. That's right. But if you can see that God is with me, you should be with me. That's right. And help me to lift his name up all over America, because you were taught and you were trained by him. And there's an ocean of black people out there that need what you already been through. That's right. Look at it, beloved. He brought me to Chicago. Asked me to teach once a month. Brought Minister Larry, called him Aziz, brought him to Chicago. Then I was teaching once every other month. I was like a man in a holding pattern. You run him around in circles till he run out of gas. He put me over a temple on the west side, up over a storefront. Our worst little temple in New York didn't look like that one. But my sons will bear me witness. They saw me drive to that temple and go up in it with no proudness and teach and never open my mouth to speak evil of the man that sent me there to teach. He was trying me to break me, but God was having him to make me into the man that I'm becoming right now. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! This is not the same Farrakhan that you knew, beloved. I've been to hell and I'm back. I've been dead and I'm alive. How in the hell can I be the same man that I was? He brought my assistant minister, Minister Larry, and sit us both down in Chicago and said, brother, I want you to meet your new boss, and laughed in my face. Yeah, listen at it. And I took Minister Larry out to dinner. And I said to him, brother, as you served me in New York, I will serve you in Chicago. Those that criticize Farrakhan, they don't know his heart. Come on. Come on. You never saw your brother. That's right. You saw the apparent arrogance, and it was there. You saw that vanity, it was there. But God saw it too, but he saw deeper than you. He saw in the man something of value, and he's the best knower. So he put me under Satan. Come on. That I could go down into hell before I ascended into heaven, because you had to go down into hell before you could ascend into heaven. That's the path of Jesus. Yes, sir. You got to go down before you can go up. Have you been down? Yes, sir. Well, there ain't no way for you to go now but up. This is the resurrection. And this is the ascension. You're coming up from death for the second and for the last time. In the third year, God blessed me through a brother who came by my grave. I'm struggling to get up. I came here to New York and saw you. And I cried. As bad a shape as I was in, I looked at brothers that were so clean they were on cocaine. And I saw their faces in the Randall's Island at a little speaking engagement, and I felt bad. And I went to Wallace. And I said, brother, if we can iron out our differences, I'll go back to New York and help out. Not out of lust for money, but I love New York and I love you. And I hated to see you ruin your lives. And it seemed like you wasn't going to get up. And just in between that time, I told the imam, I said, we have to iron out our differences. He said, go on back and we will iron them out at another time. I said, I can't do that. I said, because if I stand up on the rostrum in temple number 7, the believers will know that I'm not with you 100%. And I said, so let us iron out these difficulties. And the main difficulty I had was his feelings about his father. I wrote him about it. I sent him a tape on it and talked to him personally. He knows these things, and if he were here, he would bear me witness. He knows the heart of this brother because he tried me in a way that you could never try me. And I heard him say once, he believed the brother got a good heart. He don't believe it. He know it. Because if I didn't have a good heart, we'd have killed till blood was running everywhere. But I know that there's a God bigger than him and bigger than me. And what my father set in motion, I will not disrespect it. That's his boy, his son, and he will deal with his son, and the God will deal with his son, and the God will deal with the Muhammad family. They're not for you to judge nor me to judge. Leave them alone and let God judge them. Get on up out of your grave and let's go on and rebuild the house of our Father. And I'm telling you, we can do it overnight. So in my conclusion, beloved, we had to know how to begin. How do you begin to rebuild a work like this? I'm hated by Bilalians, and I was hated by the followers of the messenger who saw me go with Wallace. What am I going to do? Hated on both sides. But I never asked one of these, come join me. I never said, I'm going to stand up, brothers. Will you stand up with me and protect me? I ain't asked nobody nothing. When the time came for me to stand up, I stood up. And if God want me alive, he'll protect me. Come on. Because you cannot protect me if God don't want me alive. And brothers and sisters, I decided to follow the messenger's directives. He said to me, remember, brother, when a seed germinates in the earth, it sends a root down before it sends a shoot up. And I went underground. Malcolm died. I say this again and again, that I might live. If Malcolm had not made the mistake that he made, I couldn't have walked as rightly as I've walked in this effort to rebuild thus far. You may say, well, how is that? When Malcolm broke from the messenger, he didn't get out of the public. He kept on TV. And you can't make a program on TV. You can't think and organize on TV. You got to withdraw. Darkness is where babies are made.
Come on.
Darkness is where ideas are formed. So after I made my stand, I put it in the Amsterdam News. I'm standing up for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And then I went underground. Went right underground. And brothers and sisters, this is true. I said, if I had set up a temple then, the hatred that was there for the messenger, and for me particularly, brother, our Bilalian brothers and sisters would have swooped down on the little followers of Elijah Muhammad. There would have been bloodshed. Do you think anybody that loves the messenger want to see Muslims kill Muslims? We don't want that. No. So I said, well, I don't care what they say about me. I'm not going to answer. And everything that was said against me, and some terrible things were said, I heard them, and I kept right on going. I never answered back. And after a while I said, if I just be quiet, the messenger told me, you don't have to condemn a dirty glass. Just set a clean glass up beside it. So while they were condemning me, and I knew that the old Muslims, your faith and confidence in Brother Farrakhan had been completely shattered. Well, some of you. And I said, well, there's nothing for me to do but work hard. And brothers and sisters, we went to work.
Yes, you did.
And Allah blessed us. Honest and truthfully. Allah blessed us. And now the lost, look at it. They're coming and they've been found. Let's look at the bones. You see them getting together?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
That's right.
Do you see the prodigal son coming home?
Yes, sir.
But then this is not our work. This is not my work. This is Allah and the messenger's work. So don't give no credit to me.
That's right.
Give it to where it rightfully belongs. Because as long as you think this is Farrakhan, then you can excuse yourself.
That's right.
But if you know the boy is backed by God, then you have no excuse to turn me down when I'm calling you back to the work that you started and went away from. Now you must come back. And let's get busy and rebuild the house, the nation of Islam. Why? Why?
Come on, brother.
Why?
Come on. Come on. Tell us.
To prove his power.
That's right.
Why did God make devil? He wanted to prove his power.
Come on.
That he could give him time
That's right.
and let him do what he want to do. And in one day come up and destroy all his work and return it back to where it was in the beginning to prove that Allah is God, always has been, and he always will be. Why did he let it happen? He let it happen because the nation of Islam was too arrogant.
Okay. Okay.
Our father was doing the work and we were strutting among our poor lost found brothers and sisters. God don't like arrogance. He don't like proud people. These are our people and we shouldn't go to them like we think we're better than they are. We had to be taught a lesson.
Yes, sir.
We had become a little corrupt. And if we had continued on that path, the nation would have been totally destroyed anyway. Wallace was only doing what Allah permitted. Allah permitted the nation to be torn down so he could rebuild it properly, rightly, on a perfect foundation laid by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. When you go home tonight, beloved, you pick up your Quran. If you don't have one, we have a few Qurans here. They're going pretty fast. And since they cut us off from all the messengers' books, the believers around the country began contributing to me. And I took all of the money that they gave to me, and I bought up the whole warehouse of the messenger's books. And because the only way you're going to be a strong Muslim is not to follow me, but to follow the messenger and his word that are found in his writings. Now, I don't want to miss this point. You open up your Quran to the 18th chapter. Moses travels in search of knowledge.
Okay.
And when you go there, you'll find Moses questioning the wise man, right?
Yes, sir.
And the wise man said, I told you you couldn't follow me. And Moses said, yes, I can, yes, I can. And they came to a river, and there was a boat, and the man allowed the wise man to use his boat. Then when they got over on the other side, he put a hole in the boat, sunk the boat. And Moses said, this is a horrible thing that you've done. And the wise man said, I told you you couldn't follow me. They went on a little further. There was a little boy that the parents loved. And the wise man caused the little boy to die. And Moses said, good gracious, this is a terrible thing you've done. You killed that woman's child. And the wise man said, Moses, I told you you couldn't follow me without questioning me. And last, they went to a house where the people had food, and they were on a journey, and they were hungry, and they wouldn't ask for no food. And Moses said, well, why don't you ask the people, for their food? And the wise man went to a wall, and he built up the people's wall. He said, well, look, man, why would you build the people's wall? They refused you hospitality. You build up their wall. You could have built their wall and asked them for some money, then we could have got some food. In other words, the wise man always looked foolish to the fool because his knowledge wasn't comprehensive enough. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Then before the wise man left, he said, now I'll explain to you what I did. He said, the boat, I knew wicked king was coming after me, and he was confiscating all the people's boats. And this was a good man, and I didn't want the wicked king to take his boat, so I put a hole in the boat, and it sunk. But after that wicked king goes by, the man will be able to go back and get his boat and bring it up, patch up the hole, and his boat will be like new again. As for the woman and the man that had this child, I could see that the child, when it grows up, was going to be wicked and give great pain to the mother and father, who were righteous parents. So I took the life of that child to spare the mother and the father grief as the child grew older. But I've already given the mother another child that is a righteous child that will bring the mother great joy and the father great happiness. And as for that wall that I built up, I knew that there was a treasure in that wall. And I knew that an orphan boy, that treasure was put there for the orphan. He said, but I knew that the wicked would come out and find the treasure, so I built up the wall to hide the treasure. And at a certain time, when the orphan comes of age, he'll come by that wall, and his treasure will be exposed to him. He said, I told you you couldn't follow me because it's difficult to follow that of which you have no comprehensive knowledge. And now we must part company. And what is the meaning of this?
Come on, brother. Go ahead, brother. Teach us.
The boat is our nation. The boat is our faith that floats on the buoyancy of the truth.
Come on.
He knew that a wicked king was coming.
Yes, sir.
to destroy the boats, to destroy the faith. So he put a hole in the boat to let the waters rush in so that the faith would sink but not be completely destroyed. I put a hole in the nation so the nation would go down, but the nation is still intact. You are the nation, and you may look bad, but you are intact. Come on. Now what does that mean? The wicked king came and he confiscated everything. Yes, sir. But look, the nation is intact. All we got to do is go pull it up out of the depth of the sea of sin and plug up the hole in his faith. Come on. Clean off the carbuncles. Clean it up and say, here's my ship. My boat is brand new again. Look at us. We went back in the world. Fell all the way down. And when we woke up, we wasn't as clean as we are right now. We looked rough, like a ship coming up out of deep water, brother. It looks bad. Like some of you in here tonight. You're Muslim, but you look terrible. Your face reflects the grave. But don't worry about it. Because the scripture said that when he got through, he said, I am the resurrection and the life. If you believe in me, though you are dead, yet shall you live. But you got to come back to belief. And when you come back to belief, you come back to life. And then we'll be able to say, oh grave, where is thy victory? O death, where is thy sting? Come on, Muslims. Let's bring the boat on up and show the world the boat is intact. Got a little hole in it. Got a little dirty and funky from the depth of the sea, but we'll get it all together in a short while. Who is the baby here? The baby stand for the nation again. The mother and the father of this nation, Master Farad Muhammad and his messenger, produced a child, and the child had an ugly future because the path that we were going in, so corrupted with the agents and whatnot and our own corruption, eventually we would have brought great grief to Allah and the messenger. So the scripture says the wise one took the life of the baby, but he gave him another one that would be righteous. The Quran says a new generation would be raised up. And they won't be like the first group. The second group will be better than the first group. You heard the messenger say that. And now a whole new group of people is coming up. A new baby that loves Elijah Muhammad and never saw his face. Never heard his voice, but love him. Oh yeah, this is the new baby coming up. And the orphan, and the orphan, and the orphan. The orphan is you and me. Mama gone. Daddy gone. The motherless child has seen a hard time, boy. We have had a hard time, but the father knew we were going to need some treasure when we got up. Daddy knew we was going to need some bucks when we got up. Because you can't build no nation with no nickels and dimes. So he buried it in a wall. And they thought he was building up the wall, doing a righteous act for them, while he was looking out for the orphan that would grow to maturity and collect what had been laid up for him. I tell you, beloved, I'm not worried. We're going to rebuild this house. Come on, James 7X, your post is waiting for you. Oh, yeah, brother. That's a preacher there, man. Look at all these former Muslims. With all the followers of the messenger, would you just stand up? Those that follow the messenger, look at them. Look at them. Hey, look at them. Stand up. Just stand up. Just stand up. No, don't sit down. Don't sit down. Please stand up. Please stand up, please. Let me say this to you all. You've been taught. You've been trained. Look at all our brothers and sisters out there that don't know what you know. Come on, mighty Muslims.
Come on.
All we got to do is put the plug back in the boat.
Come on. Yes, sir.
Plug up your faith and let it get it strong again, and you can help. We've got sisters coming all over this country, young little girls who want to live a righteous and clean life, but there's no one to teach them righteousness. Because the sisters that know, well, they haven't gotten confidence yet in Brother Farrakhan to say, well, I think he really is trying to follow the messenger. Let me go help him. Brothers and sisters, if I'm not trying to follow the messenger, you can have my life.
Listen.
Take my life and do with it whatever you please. Kill me and send my body in every direction. I love Elijah Muhammad. He's the only man we have.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know no one worthy of being lifted up for the black man and woman but the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'm not interested in no self-exaltation. I'm not interested in no honor. I deeply appreciate it, but I don't deserve it. I'm just doing my duty. And I say to you, beloved, as God blessed me to come back to myself, he will bless you too.
Yes, sir.
And I don't care what you did since you've been out. I don't care how low we fell. Don't worry about the past. The problem book says, what are you doing today for yourself? Your brother from the east wants to know and hear from you at once. Don't worry about yesterday. Allah will wipe all of that out if you come on and get back on the road and do your job.